What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Mac on Sports podcast. Happy Monday, December 7th, and Kentucky sucks. They suck. I think that's probably the easiest way we can put it right now. We're nowhere where we want to be right now. Not even close. Not even close. They suffer a tough loss to the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets Sunday afternoon in Atlanta, Georgia at State Farms Arena. Where do I even begin? Where do I even begin is a great question. I mean, we'll start here. Kentucky was that's probably one of the most embarrassing efforts they put in the Calipari era, if we're being completely real with each other, since he's arrived here in 2009, okay? I mean, you could definitely make the argument Evansville last year was embarrassing. Robert Morris, the first round of the NIT, that was just insanely embarrassing. Or I would even put up Kansas State in the Sweet 16 when we should have won that. And we don't have to remember the Duke game where Zion ran Kentucky off the court. But let's focus on this. You can put Georgia Tech right up there. Right up there, in my complete humble opinion. I mean, like what we saw in the second half against Richmond and Kansas, not once did you get the sense Kentucky was ready to take over the game or pull off a victory. I mean, even for a glimmer of hope, when Kentucky would make a run, what would Kentucky do? I mean, we had it with 12:36 left in the game, 45-42, and then Georgia Tech went on an 11-0 run, basically to end the game, and hit a couple daggers. So it's embarrassing. And it's nothing, in my opinion, it's nothing against Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech lost to Mercer. They lost to Georgia State. Both teams, Georgia State's not good. Mercer's a really good mid-major. Yes, but Georgia Tech should beat them every time. Simple as that. It's simple as that in my humble opinion. I mean, you look at Kentucky. What did they do against Kansas? They couldn't shoot the ball. That was their huge problem. Well, tonight they weren't terrible shooting. They were better. What haunted them was their turnovers. They had 21 turnovers tonight. When you have 21 turnovers, that is unbelievably unacceptable. Your goal in a college basketball game is you want to stay under 10 turnovers or less. And with Kentucky at 21, that's a problem. Kentucky, by the way, has 73 turnovers in 4 games. 73 in 4 games. So we're averaging about 18 and a half, which is about 9 per half. 1 to 2 every minute and a half. That's horrible. That is not winning basketball. It's not. And the way Georgia Tech took advantage of Kentucky last night, even though Kentucky shot the ball better than what they have, it was 33-4 points off turnovers. Georgia Tech didn't really turn over the ball. Kentucky turned it over like it was for fun. It's not what you want to see from the Cats. It's not. I mean, Terrence Clark was the only bright spot in my personal opinion. He had 22 points. He was attacking well. He was shooting the ball well. He played very well, okay? Georgia Tech had 15 steals, and that goes on everybody, mostly the guard play. I'll tell you what, Devin Askew, he's supposed to be a senior at Mater Dei High School. I completely understand that. It's a powerhouse, though. But if you're going to reclassify and come to the University of Kentucky, where your expectations are all the way up here at the top, that's different. It's the most winningest program in college basketball's history. To take a step from your senior year of high school all the way to where you are the starting point guard at the University of Kentucky, it's huge. It's a huge difference, and you got to be ready for it. And then you can also look at this isn't all on Devin Askew as a guard. Yeah, it's on the fifth-year senior Davion Mintz, the transfer from Creighton. You're a veteran. You got to be better as well. He was turning the ball over with ease as well, lacking on defense as well. I don't know. I didn't really see much from Kentucky tonight that gives me any hope. Look, you can always say this happens every year with Calipari's teams, yada yada, which is completely true. It's completely true, but not this bad. The last time Calipari started 1-3 in his career was like 2000 to 2001 in that season. What? I mean, in this Kentucky's team defense, I will give them credit for this. Yes, with COVID, they couldn't have as much practice in the offseason. Totally understand. They couldn't do as many workouts with face-to-face with each other. They had to go in separate occasions with each other. I understand that. I understand the one leader on this team that played under Coach Calipari last year, Keon Brooks Jr., is out with a calf injury. So when you get Keon Brooks back, does that add a spark? Does that add a spark? Because they lack the big men play a little bit. Isaiah Jackson, he's been a reliable piece. Struggled tonight, personally, in my opinion. He struggled. Olivier Sarr, maybe a little overhyped for what he's supposed to be. I see great potential with him, and he could be very, very good. He's just not there right now. He's not there. So when you add Keon Brooks, maybe that gives you another piece of what you're missing. You need that leadership because Kentucky looks like chickens without heads out there, is a way to put it. Georgia Tech ran a zone today. Great job by Coach Pastner. It was smart. Kentucky struggled against the zone brutally, and because they can't shoot. But the turnovers was unreal. 10 minutes into the game, Kentucky had 9 turnovers. And that's unexcusable. So I just don't see how you expect to win games when, 1, you can't shoot, and 2, turn over the ball. But if we're looking down the stretch, yes, Kentucky right now, 1-3, not where you want to be. Is this an NIT team? It's 4 games into the season. We can't tell. Does this team have upside? Yes. This team, out of any team, has the most upside in the whole entire country, in my opinion. They do. They have the most talent, and they can get to where they want to be in March. This team could be scary good. But what you can't teach. You cannot teach hustle. You cannot teach effort. And Kentucky does not have either one of those. They don't have hustle from their players. They don't have effort. They look careless, and they look bored. That is my personal opinion, but it's true. It's true. If you go back and watch the film, half the buckets they're giving up to Richmond, Kansas, and Georgia Tech, it's like, what are you doing? Like, are you joking? When you don't run back on defense, how can you teach that as a coach? You can take him out of the game. Maybe he'll learn his lesson. But that's on players' instinct. If you're not going to hustle, sit the bench. If you're going to turn over the ball for fun, sit the bench. Simple as that. Kentucky has no heart. In my opinion, they have no heart. They get Notre Dame next Saturday. They're 1-3. They have to be better because they're just not there yet. They're just not there yet, in my opinion. We got a long way to go, but I'm just not happy. I'm not pleased with Kentucky. I'm not pleased. I could go down the list. I could go down the order of everybody. I don't want to right now. I've spent 7 minutes talking to you guys about it. So that's just my personal thoughts on Kentucky basketball. Extremely disappointed. Think they could be a lot better. We got a long way to go. Long way to go. So we jump into another college basketball game. One more I want to touch on, Villanova, Texas. You know, it's a very, very sad, first of all, guys, that Baylor Gonzaga had to get canceled. A guy in the traveling party with the Zags, unfortunately, ended up getting COVID. That sucks. That truly does suck. It's unfortunate, but they're going to try to reschedule the game, which is great. But we want to talk Gonzaga, Texas, guys. Shaka Smart grew out his hair, and all of a sudden, Texas is insane. So, yeah, they did lose to Villanova, but they fought hard. Now, Robinson Earl of Villanova is just such a playmaker. He's so good on that block. Gillespie, we talk about the veteran leadership Villanova has, which is another thing Kentucky doesn't have. Their veterans not stepping up. But Villanova, big win. And this isn't a bad loss for Texas. I mean, your star player, Greg Brown, had about 6-7 points. He didn't even play his best ball. And to be, contending with one of the best teams in college basketball versus Villanova is great. Now, you look at the Zags on the other hand. They're great. Villanova is great. They have what it takes to win a championship, just like Gonzaga and Baylor does this year. The veteran leadership's unreal. Jay Wright's got a great team there. They're 4-1, 5-1. They're a good team. And it was a fun game to watch on a Sunday. Now, it's really NFL Sundays, but that was a good thing to watch as well. I thought the guard play was great in this game. I enjoyed it a lot to watch. And Robinson Earl was just the X factor. And Villanova ended up getting the win at the end of the day. So big win to Nova. Texas should not hold their heads down. Big win. It was fun to watch. If you ended up liking this little clip, the link to the podcast is in the description. Go listen. Thanks for the support. I think you guys will enjoy it. And yeah, go listen.